Hello, welcome to UTAC, United Technical Automotive Consulting. My name is Scott, and I'll be showing you today how to connect the jumper cables to a vehicle that has a dead battery. There is a specific way that you're supposed to do this so that nobody gets injured. And it makes sense once you hear the reason I do this. You know, people get out in the parking lot every day and hook up jumper cables to a car, and they really don't know what they're doing. I mean, I know, you can hook the positive lead to the positive post on the battery and the negative lead to the negative post on the battery, and it will jump the car off. But there are some dangers that are inherent to this that you need to be aware of. And one of the dangers is this: when we're dealing with the battery itself, the car that has the fully charged battery and the car that's running that we're going to be using for our host car, in other words, the car that's going to help jump off the car, okay? We'll assume that this is the car that we're going to be using at this time. So this battery, let's assume that it's fully charged. A fully charged battery is not going to be putting out a lot of output. In other words, the alternator over here that's on the side of the car that sends the voltage to the battery that makes the battery charge is not doing a whole lot right now because the battery's fully charged already. So there's not a lot of amperage going into this battery. So it's pretty safe to connect the positive lead and the negative lead directly to this battery. So first thing we'll do is make sure that the leads that are going to the dead car are separated and not touching anything, okay? And the leads that we're going to connect to the car, right here, we're going to connect the red one to the positive lead, okay? And the black one to the negative lead. In some cases, you're going to see some of these parts stores that have jumper cables that are like yellow and black. So, you know, either the yellow one or the red one, in whatever case you may have. Always remember that the black one is the one that goes to the negative battery post, okay, the minus, okay? Connect it to the negative, straight to the battery of the good car, okay? And that's the way we hook this end up. Now, the other end has to be connected a little bit differently. And I'm going to take a little break here so we can kind of show you how to do the other side. I'm going to use this same vehicle, but I'm going to connect this same vehicle as though it was the dead car. Another car has pulled up, and we're going to connect it up just like this. But the dead car is going to connect up a little different way. So I'm going to give it just a minute or two here to get straightened out, and we'll take a little bit of a break, and we'll swap this over and show you how to connect to the car that's dead. Okay, now we're back, and the car that's on the other side over here is the running car. And the battery is fully charged, and we've got the jumper cables hooked to positive and negative over on the other side. And this is the dead car now that we've got to boost off. The first thing we're going to do is we got to remember, first of all, that this battery is completely dead. So if I hook these jumper cables up, it's going to immediately start charging this battery, which means there could be a pretty heavy spark right here when we connect one or the other of the two leads. So the best thing to do is to not create a spark, because we don't want to spark around any battery of any kind, because the acid inside this battery can cause the battery to explode. Battery acid is extremely flammable, and we do not want to cause a spark anywhere around this battery. So the first thing we do is we connect the positive lead up, just like we did the other side. And the negative lead this time, instead of connecting it to the battery, we're going to come over here and connect it to the block over here by the engine somewhere. That way, if I do see a spark occur, I'm going to connect to either one of these metal pieces right here on the block. It's the same thing as connecting to the negative lead, because this negative lead over here by the battery is going around and down and connecting to the engine block. The engine block itself is the ground. So I'm connecting the ground over here so that if I did see a spark, it would be way over here away from the battery and not cause any danger to the vehicle or to us. And because we don't want to get injured in any way. So after we've connected the two up, we'll let the car set for just a few minutes with the running engine on the good car. Let it run for about approximately 3 to 5 minutes is best, because if you have a completely dead battery, it will take about 3 to 5 minutes to get enough boost in the battery if it's completely dead to start the vehicle. So give it 3 to 5 minutes of sitting here, the good car charging the bad battery. Let it sit here for just a few minutes, and then we'll step inside the vehicle and give it a try. Make sure all your accessories are off, your air conditioner, your power windows, anything, nothing's turned on. Make sure nothing's working. Make sure your windshield wipers are off, your headlights are off. Make sure nothing is operating before we try to start it, because we want all the boost to go straight to the starter to start the vehicle. So after this, we'll try the car, and if it starts okay, then we're ready to disconnect. See, the vehicle started fine, so the next thing we do is disconnect the cables. We want to disconnect the negative first, but we'll do it over here at the battery and at the engine block side, so that if there is any spark, it won't occur at this battery. So we'll disconnect it slowly. As soon as we disconnect, we notice that the car still keeps running, so that tells us the charging system is working on the car, and it should be charging the battery, and the car should function well. Take the positive lead loose, and now hold both these ends separate until the other end is taken loose. And after we've taken the other end loose, then we can put the two cables together, roll them up, put them away. So that completes the procedure for connecting a dead battery to a car. I hope it helps. Maybe it'll be something that you can do on your own so you don't have to get assistance. If you're in the parking lot somewhere and you've got a dead battery, you have a set of jumper cables, find you a friend in that parking lot, maybe they can boost your car off. But now you'll know how to do it the proper way without getting injured. Thanks again for watching.